There's a person watching this right now who has read the same text message 17 times, not the reply, the text they sent 3 hours ago, to someone who hasn't answered. They're studying the period at the end of the word okay, wondering if it sounded cold, wondering if they should send a follow-up, wondering if the silence on the other end is them being busy or them being done. It's 1:47 in the morning. They have work in 5 hours, and they cannot put the phone down. If that person is you, I need you to stay with me for the next 8 minutes, because what your brain is doing right now isn't anxiety. It isn't insecurity. It isn't because you're too much. It's something a Yale psychologist named in the 1990s, something that has a cause, an origin, a reason it started, and a reason tonight it can finally stop. The clinical word is rumination, but that word is too clean for what this actually feels like. What it actually feels like is having a brain that won't shut off. A brain that replays. A brain that picks up the same sentence you said in a meeting 6 hours ago and turns it over, and over, and over, looking for the angle from which you sound like an idiot. Almost everyone does some version of this. But for a lot of us, and I think for you if you're still watching, it's not occasional. It's the soundtrack. And here's the thing nobody tells you. Susan Nolan Huxema was a psychologist at Yale. In the 1990s, she ran a study that broke a lot of assumptions in her field. She followed people who had never been depressed. She just asked them one question. When you feel down, what do you do? Some said they distract themselves. Some said they sit and think about why they feel that way. 18 months later, she checked back in. The people who sat and thought about it were significantly more likely to have developed depression. Not the people who were already sad, the people who replayed their sadness. This means rumination isn't a symptom of depression, it's a doorway into it. The habit comes first, the illness follows, which means every night you spend rereading that text, every morning you wake up at 4 a.m. rehearsing yesterday's mistake. You're not just feeling bad, you're paving a road. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you because every other video on this topic has handed you the same 5 tips. Meditate, journal, schedule worry time, breathe, ground yourself. You've tried them. They didn't work. And then on top of the original loop, your brain added a new one. Why can't I fix this when everyone says it's so simple? Here's why none of it worked. Rumination isn't a thinking problem. It's a part of you that doesn't believe it's safe to put the weapon down yet. Let me try to say it without the jargon. Picture a kitchen. A 7-year-old at the table, fork halfway to her mouth, watching her father's face for the signal. Is tonight a good night? Or is it the kind of night where one sentence about her report card means nobody talks until Sunday? She doesn't know the word hypervigilance, she just knows, read the room or pay for it. That kid becomes very, very good at thinking. That kid lies in bed at 9 years old replaying what she said at dinner, looking for the wrong word. That kid rehearses tomorrow's conversation so she won't be caught off guard. That kid develops a watchman in her head whose only job is to scan the horizon for danger. And it works. The watchman keeps her safe. The watchman is the reason she made it. But here's the thing, nobody told the watchman. The kid grew up, the kid moved out, the kid got her own apartment, her own job, her own life. The danger is over. The watchman never got the memo. So now you're 28. You have your own apartment. The lock works. No one is walking through that door angry. And your brain is still scanning the horizon at 1:47 a.m., still rehearsing, still replaying, still trying to keep a child safe who doesn't live there anymore. You are not broken. You are being protected by someone who doesn't know they can stop. And the people who love you now are getting the version of you that's still flinching from someone who left the room 20 years ago. Your overthinking is not your enemy. It's a survival strategy from a version of you that needed it. Telling it to just stop is like yelling at a firefighter for showing up to a fire that isn't burning anymore. The firefighter doesn't need to be shamed. The firefighter needs to be told, the fire is out. You can rest now. I have to be honest about the cost though, because the watchman, for all its love, is wearing you down. Jos Broschot, working out of Leiden University in the early 2000s, proposed something called the perseverative cognition hypothesis. The finding is brutal in its simplicity. Your body cannot tell the difference between a stressor that is happening and one you are remembering. Think about that. You had one bad conversation with your mother in 2019. Your nervous system has been having it every Tuesday since. When you replay an argument from 3 years ago, your blood pressure rises, your cortisol spikes, your immune system dips. As far as your body is concerned, the fight is happening right now. The argument lasted 10 minutes. Your body has been fighting it for 10 years. This is why ruminators are tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. This is why your shoulders hurt. This is why you get sick more often than you should. The conversation ended. The body never got told. Alyssa Eppel's lab at UCSF spent years tracking what chronic mental stress does to telomeres, the caps on your chromosomes that shorten as you age. Ruminators were aging faster at the cellular level, not metaphorically, measurably. This habit isn't just stealing your peace, it's stealing your years. And the cruelest part? The smarter you are, the better at it you get. A 2015 study from Alexander Penny's team found that higher verbal intelligence predicted more rumination, not less. If you're good at constructing scenarios, remembering details, analyzing tone, you're going to be excellent at building elaborate prison cells inside your own head. Your intelligence isn't saving you. It's building the cell with better materials. This is why just stop thinking about it never worked for you. You can't outthink a brain that's better at thinking than most of the people giving you that advice. So what do? I'm not going to give you a technique. The technique isn't the problem. The watchman is. The next time the loop starts, the text you sent, the meeting you replayed, the thing you said in the group chat at 9 p.m. that no one responded to. Try something different. Don't fight it. Don't shame it. Don't tell yourself to stop. Instead, picture the watchman, the one who's been on shift since you were 7. And quietly, internally say, "Thank you. I know you're trying to keep me safe. I'm safe now. You can sit down." It won't work the first time. He's been on duty for 20 years. He doesn't trust easy. Say it anyway, tomorrow, the night after that. Because you don't end this loop by silencing the part of you that loops. You end it by finally, letting it know the war it's been fighting is over. Here's the line I want you to take with you. You're not an overthinker. You're a child who never got told the war was over. That part of you saved your life. It's allowed to rest now. It's almost 2 a.m. Close the app. Put down the phone. The text doesn't need a 17th read. They'll reply or they won't. The watchman can come off shift either way. You're home.